Hello, my friends. I want to give a real-time update and also the story of how things have been going for me with my spinal issues up to now and from the time I left Oregon, because by the time I left Oregon, I started out really extremely weak and tried to keep plugging along with Cindy to make it to Lake Isabella. So that's where my last video I just released, which is with Cindy back at the end of November, early December, that I'm still trying to get that part of my journey released with everybody. And I apologize for the setbacks of the delay of getting some of these videos out, but I think once you hear my full story, you'll be understanding why. So of course we get to Lake Isabella and I'm trying to visit my friend who lives there, on top of keeping up with recovering from, I was exhausted, I was physically challenged, even though when I travel with people, I don't always verbalize it. I try not to unload as much as possible of the physical stuff. I try to mention it here and there. But yeah, but a lot of times I was just really challenged, you know. So anyway, so we leave there, and I hope you'll still continue to follow this journey, because I have seen some of the most incredible scenery that I can't wait to share with you all. Lake Isabella, the camping there, as we go out the back of Lake Isabella. Then we went to my childhood stomping grounds called Red Rock Canyon in California, and it is just amazing there. I can't wait to share that footage with you when I get there. And the back part of it, they had turned that area into a campground, into a state campground. So it kind of, the rock formations look like you're in the Flintstones, like the bedrock, you know, type of rock formation. So that's all coming, okay? And but anyway, so we embark on that journey, and then we meet up with Kent in Nevada, in the Lake Mead Recreation area along the lake there. And so, of course, at that point, I step out of the van and I tweaked my leg, which later turned into that major, the worst sciatica pain I have ever had. So, I mean, I've had sciatica, but this was intense. I mean, I've had two, or I should say three major incidences with my spine. My cervical spine herniated twice on a root nerve, and that'll leave your whole arm completely numb. I mean, you lose feeling in your fingers, you have numbness. It takes physical therapy. It takes the first time 3 months to get through that, the second time 4 months to get through that, and those 4 months for me to retain all of the feeling back in my hand. That was a horrible incident that I had to get through, you know, back in like 2008 and 9, somewhere around there. So anyways, and then my lumbar went once in 2012, and I've never been right ever since. That herniated on a root nerve, and I'm telling you, pain that is, I mean, on a 1 to 10, it's above that. It's excruciating. I screamed with every movement. I couldn't dress myself through that. It was awful. Yeah, I don't even want to go there mentally. But so that was a really challenging ordeal, and ever since that, it's left me where I have adult tether cord syndrome. You'll have to look that up, that they finally figured out I had that. I struggled for 20 years of leg weakness, and they finally were able to diagnose that after 2013, after that herniated root nerve incident. They finally were able, through an MRI, to figure out what also that issue was that I struggled for 20 years. But since that, I haven't been able to stand for long periods, walk for long periods. It's always been a juggle in my world since that herniated on my lumbar area. But basically the adult tether cord syndrome, what that does is it's basically like the cord in your spine is being pulled down. I call it like trying to, the best way to explain it is like your head's being pulled down to your butt, you know? So anyway, so it just requires, yeah, a whole different, you know, ball game and what I'm dealing with, and also is the root cause reason that I had the neuropathy and also this degeneration that's also happening, which is a separate issue with the disc, you know, but it's going from the cervical even through the lumbar area. Those discs are compressing, okay? And I got bulging discs all throughout those areas. And so it's also, so it pinches the roots, your nerves going in and out of your spine. And then you've got smaller little smaller little nerves, and then you've got your root nerves. And so anyway, so the root nerves is a whole different ball game when that gets involved, okay? Well, anyway, so that's kind of just the summary of what I deal with. And so anyway, so here I get the sciatica issue at Lake Mojave, and that is like the first on that types of symptoms, different than when my back herniated on the root nerve, but both of those incidences were pretty high level of pain to deal with and to get through. So I go to RTR and I'm exhausted. I'm trying to get through all of that and see everybody and rest, and you know, and that was really a hard incident to get through, and I just felt like I didn't have the best of me there when I was at, you know, RTR. So I don't know if I'll ever go back to another RTR. I just think it's too much for my body, and then emotionally it's hard for me because I want to do so much more and visit with more people, and I can't. So then that kind of makes me feel bad, and I don't like to go in those feelings of feeling bad when I can't visit properly with people, and then I'm nocturnal on top of that, which, you know, makes it a little harder because I do need to rest about a good 10 hours, sometimes even up to 12 hours when I have a setback of just laying flat. Laying flat sometimes is where I need to reboot, because sitting can be a challenge. Remember, throughout the day I'm balancing standing and sitting and standing and sitting just to try to control my pain level. So you get, by the end of the day, you're tired, you're exhausted. So laying down helps to reboot and reboot emotionally, okay? So so anyway, so finally I move on, and I get back with Kent, and we're along the Colorado River, and then I end up getting sick with that bug that everybody is battling with. So that knocked me down for several weeks trying to battle that. I lost my voice. So finally start to get better with that, and we moved to another spot, and then my back started to go out on me again, but in a different area. So it's back into like the disc area in the lumbar area. So I've been dealing with intense burning sensation in both sides of the lumbar, and just a whole different pain level and different stuff going on. So I'm continuing to use the stuff that I bought in Parker for my sciatica nerve for this, and lots of that mineral ice, that's working a lot. I use the lidocaine. The stimulating pulse thing that I bought is amazing. I did one treatment of that. I'm going to continue with that one. That's what they did when I was doing my PT. When I had to go for physical therapy. So you learn exercises. They also did that stimulating pulse which really helps. So I am really been happy with that. And if you want to see it, and again, I'm not really endorsing the product, and I don't have it in there. I have it out, but this did work, by the way. So, but I don't know if I can or cannot endorse a product, but for my situation, that first one treatment was amazing. So I'm going to keep doing my treatments. The most important thing is that I keep up with physical therapy exercises. Now, I'll get out there and I'll do those exercises that I've learned to do, whether I feel good or not, because I know it's kind of that saying, no pain, no gain. But I know also there's that balance of not pushing myself beyond a certain pain, level, because you're supposed to stretch the body, but you've got to get push a little bit, but not so much that it's going to cause you more harm. But always, and I'm not endorsing a certain exercises, because everyone should work with their doctor. You should work with a physical therapist if you're struggling with certain issues. So I have exercises that I do that are designed for me, my situation, my body, my problems with my spinal issues, because they're not always going to be for everybody. So I live by those PT exercises. And also walking. Now, you guys will see me take walks, but I'm not out hiking hours and hours a day. I have to keep moving. If you don't keep moving, I will be in serious trouble. So, and it's one of those things that sometimes I might not always feel like walking, but I'll walk. But I know how much to walk by how I feel, how my personal body feels. Maybe one day I can walk, do a 30-minute walk. Maybe I can do up to an hour on a certain day, but I'll rest up for it all day long so I can do that hour walk. But it's important that I do keep moving. So those are things that help me while I'm on the road, but I also have these major setbacks that are going to happen, but they can happen even while I'm in a house. So I figure, well, I'm going to be laid up or in pain, which is my reality in my world. I'd rather be doing it in beautiful places and rebooting these beautiful places and try to have my recovery, because it's going to happen no matter where I'm at, because that's my world. But anyway, so this is what's been going on in real time. And I've been trying to get videos out, but when I have these setbacks, I have a tendency to also have less energy, and also, I visit with the people I'm with, so I'm trying to have my life there. And so what I'm trying to do is do shorter videos, and I think it's easier for everybody, easier for me to put together, easier for people to watch. Sorry about that, Kent came to the door. But this is unedited because I need to get this out. So I hope to do shorter videos. I just think that overall 6 minutes, no more than 10 minutes as I'm putting together. I think also everybody's retention, they say, is better with shorter videos than long videos. And easier for me to put together too, because the time it takes to edit and put these together. The longer videos obviously take more time. So I hope eventually to try to get 2 videos out a week at times. Maybe only there'll be 1 a week, but my goal is when I have good upload speed, but remember that also could vary because of where I'm at. Now we're moving today. I don't know what my upload speed's going to be after this is out. So, but when I have good speed, upload speed, I'm going to try to keep trying to get caught up with these videos. But if you don't hear from me, again, it's probably I have lousy speed, or also maybe this is the time I'm having to take a little more personal care for my body, because right now, honestly, I have just been struggling. I have, like, I could have several good days, a bad day, a good week, or horrible a horrible week or a horrible couple weeks. I mean, right now, my body is doing something that it's just struggling with this bounce back from my storage unit, and that really is the root of all this. And so, and when I move, it takes a lot out of me too every time I move. So I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on me, my recovery, resting more. So anyway, so yeah, so please try not to worry if you don't hear from me, or if it even a stretch of time goes to a week and a half before I can get a video up. I'll try to start getting them made up, so when I have reception, you know, I might just get them up a little more frequently. But again, there could be a little bit of variation going on with my video releasing. So I just need to focus. The priority is really trying to see if I can keep my back a little more stable than what it's been, okay? So I'll keep you updated on that, but that is what's been going on, okay? Anyways, but other than that, I'm enjoying still my life, enjoying this lifestyle, the places I'm in, and I mean, what incredible places I get to be at while I'm recovering and trying to get stronger. All right, so, but this could take months. I mean, back issues just don't get better overnight. It's just the reality and the reality of my world. I do want to talk about soon on my next video about disabilities and personal care. I'm going to talk about van choices for people with disabilities, or vehicle choices, not just a van, or if you are getting a type, what I have found is working and not working, okay, for people like us that are physically challenged. Because I have learned a lot from being in this van, and I did make some wrong choices in a type of van with my physical problems. So I do want to share that coming up soon. I don't know exactly when, but it will be coming up. I'm going to say within the next month that I'm going to be working on putting a video together for people like us, okay? All right, so with that in mind, I love you all. I am sorry if this got a little long, but I think it's great information here. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.